Hey, those of you who are watching on BlazeTV, thank you for being a subscriber. To those of you who are watching on YouTube, we would like it if you would just, gently tap. You've been on Tim Pool. I know they say smash the like button. We just prefer a gentle tapping here at the News and Why It Matters. You can just gently tap the like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment. Let us know what you think of the news of the day. What do you think? What's going on with the leaker? Why is this so weird? Let us know what you think in the comments. I want to get to these breaking reports that the Republicans in the Senate are scrambling to come up with a new game plan because a Mitch McConnell retirement announcement is imminent. Now, what we have heard, this is just reporting, obviously, he's not confirmed it, but he actually had a pretty bad fall last month that he ended up with a severe concussion and potential serious brain damage. And he had a rib fracture as well. Since then, he has been in and out of the hospital and rehab. And so sources are saying that he is going to announce immediate retirement, not like, hey, I'm going to retire at the end of my term, but immediate retirement. And now there is multiple sources are confirming that John Barrasso of Wyoming, John Cornyn of Texas, and John Thune of South Dakota are actively reaching out to fellow Republican senators in efforts to prepare for an anticipated leadership vote, which, gosh, I don't think I want any of them as the leader, because this would be the moment, right? This would be the chance to have some sort of a new leader who is actually conservative. And I just don't hold out hope that the GOP will do anything except blow that chance.
Of course not. Yeah. I mean, they're not going to do it. I mean, firstly, I want to say, whatever your thoughts about Mitch McConnell, you hope that he's going to be okay. Yes, I wish him well.
I wish him well.
Wish him well. But, if he's mentally impaired and physically impaired, then he should just become a Democrat and get elected another 6 times.
I mean, it actually, I know I don't know if you're joking.
I'm not joking. Yeah. I mean, come on.
It does bother me that it's like Dianne Feinstein, she's, I don't know.
300 years old.
That's what I'm saying.
I was gonna say a million.
Is it she's in the hospital? She's like not with it. We all know she's not. And they still are hanging on.
Fetterman isn't out until the 17th.
Yeah.
He's still, the people of Pennsylvania are not being represented right now.
Right,
because Fetterman is still in.
Well, they're not anyway, even hospital. If he's okay.
Sure, even so. But they don't even have the illusion of representation right now.
Okay. It's just frustrating.
This has been going on for a while, and it's just, we're finally paying the bills now. These people have been getting older and older and weirder and weirder. And what everyone has to understand is, senators, for the most part, are like this. God forgive me, but they are people who get elected, and then after 2 terms, they start to get weird. Their skin turns orange, right? They start to congeal in the same hairstyle they had in the 1920s when they were elected, and really, people I think most of our audience is not sitting at home thinking these people are very impressive. This is a position that causes you to become an airhead in not very long of a time. No one tells you no. You don't actually have to do much. And it really can be a very powerful, incredible, important position in American life, or it can be a house of clowns and losers. And that's what it is now. And now we have a bunch of geriatric people who are clawing for dear life. Feinstein, they don't talk about money, right? She's not there about money, and no one knows how much Richard has. This has been going on, corruption in plain sight, for decades. And so now it's just kind of like, enjoy the clown show, because this is what you've inherited, this is what we paid for, and that's what we're going to get. And with Mitch McConnell, yes, we wish him well. I think, I don't even say it's Democrat. Republicans, too. Yeah. It should be a prerequisite to have brain damage to stay in the Senate after a certain point in time. So will it really change things? Yes and no. It is a good sign, I think, in a way. It's terrible what happened to him personally, but it is a good thing in a way where at least you can shake up leadership, where there's an opening to shake up leadership. So for the sake of the Senate moving forward, I know he's very adept at what he does, but at least opens the cracks a little bit to, not having a tyrannical government within our democracy, in the Senate. But the problem is, of course, most of the leadership is not exactly on the ball. And when you say words like Cornyn, I'm the same way. I can't say them without just getting a little bit of
Well, we used to have this. I was talking to Charlie Kirk recently about this, and he was told me something I didn't know, which is that it used to be that the state senates would appoint the U.S. senators.
Yes.
And that does seem like a system that would have a lot more accountability to the voter, because the voter could hold not just their senator accountable, but would be able to hold their local state senator accountable. And it puts a lot more interaction between the voter and the senator in an odd way by putting that middleman in.
Yeah, it's like they knew what they were doing back then.
Right? Who knows? Who knows?
Dang,
John
founders.
Adams, really? That smart? I don't know.
So, obviously, if he's stepping down in the middle of his term, his replacement will be named by the governor there, who is a Democrat, and that person will serve until 2026, when McConnell would have been up for re-election. So, I mean, this is a big deal. And again, I don't even know they're so corrupt, and I'm so cynical now that I don't even know which I think is better. The Democrats for literally just pushing forth like brain dead people already, people like Dianne Feinstein, who's 89 years old.
Oh my goodness.
She's 89 years old. By the way, Chuck Grassley, 89 years old as well. Yep. Bernie Sanders, 81 years old. I mean, these people, now, of course, Bernie Sanders, Chuck Grassley have their wits about them. But, I mean, the Democrats are very good at just, I don't even know if Joe Biden's alive, and he's the president. So they're very good at propping these people up, using them as the puppets that they are supposed to be. Just go there and just cast that vote and then go home. And I'm kind of like, I don't think Mitch McConnell is serving conservatives very well, but you also almost have to admire the Democrats' dedication to the cause. Is that too cynical?
I don't think so. I mean, and I want to give a little bit of due to I'll give the establishment a view on this, which I can just write from memory, right? We know what they're going to say.
Yeah.
Which is that McConnell is enormous loss because of his strategic leadership, because he was good at playing the game, which is absolutely true, right? He's a master of playing the game. And so they'll say, well, you may not agree with his policies, but we won't have that kind of maneuvering parliamentarian guy anymore. And I just think, like, okay, I guess, but I'm not sure what side Mitch McConnell was fighting for. Right. And, I'm sick of the game.
Yeah.
So I don't think the cynicism is fine, because it's a reality situation. I think the honesty of the Democrats is what I like.
Yeah.
Because it is, he can be, for what they need Fetterman to do, it doesn't matter. He just needs to vote the right way.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he can understand what people say to him.
Exactly.
No, and look, there's a certain amount of it might be controversial to say, there's a certain amount of it where, at the end of the day, like, that's all I want too. I'd love Republicans who just vote the right way.
Right.
Just vote the right way. That's fine. I don't care where your brain is. I don't need you all to be Lincoln. Just press the button, but vote the right way. And the problem is they are all together voting the right way.
Well, because they're collectivists.
Yeah.
That's like part of their whole deal, is being collectivists. They know how to be collectivists. Do you think that there should be age limits on
Yes.
Senate and House members?
Yes, I do. And,
So
and president.
You shouldn't be 89.
Yeah, I feel like that shouldn't be too much to ask for.
Yeah,
You shouldn't be
89 is a lot.
I mean, I also think there
remember
should be
my
term limits,
grandparents
so.
at 89, and they couldn't drive their car or be
Yeah,
president.
yeah, I mean, you lose,
and they were smart people.
Yeah, you lose things.
Is there something? This what drives me nuts about it is there's something. There may be some cases where you need to hang on when you're in your late 80s to a job, but it also seems like aging with disgrace, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not like. Isn't there other things you want to do as you get older? Like there's a certain naturalness to life where I can think of all kinds of things I might want to do. At that time that aren't just being retired. There's something about just holding on to that position to the end. And with Feinstein, we should say, the Democrats in California actually didn't want her to run.
Right.
But she had so much power, she was like, I'm going to run anyway.
I'm not giving this
Well,
up.
look at the French. The French are protesting in the streets. They're setting everything on fire because Macron wanted to raise the retirement age by 2 years. And they were like, no. What was it, like 60 to 62 or 60?
Wow.
I think that's what it was. And they're like, no, we get our pension and we get to spend the rest of our lives doing whatever we please. They don't want these positions.
Yeah.
They're torching police cars because they want to retire sooner.
Yeah. Wow, I wish I could do that.
I mean, I think what Matt said is really important. Is you look at like.
Sorry, that's Peterson.
Sorry, Peterson.
Yeah, stop referring to yourself in the third
I know. It's like what Matt said, and what Matt said is always right. Yeah. No, but there's something about having dignity, and also you think that they would run for the betterment of their country, not for the betterment of themselves. And what that means at some point is, don't you want to spend time with your grandkids and your kids? I mean, I get it. I mean, I'm one of those people that I'll probably work my entire life in one way, shape or form. But so did Churchill, so did the Founding Fathers, but they did other things. They went off and they contributed positively to society and to their legacy. And like you said, Matt, Peterson, it really is like they're hanging on. You know, like that, I'm hanging on, that cat thing. That's what they're like. It's like the power defines them.
Yeah.
And that's just, I think that just shows that they're soulless individuals.
Yeah.
They should take a lesson from Washington, who very intentionally did not run for a third term.
Exactly.
Yep, exactly.
If you like that clip, there is plenty more where that came from. Click the link in the description below to subscribe to the News and Why It Matters YouTube channel to watch the full episode.